What if I told you that everything you've been taught about self-love is a lie? We've been sold this idea that a bubble bath or a spa day is the cure for burnout. But let's be real. If you are constantly stressed, running on empty, and feel like you're one inconvenience away from completely snapping, a bath bomb isn't going to fix it. The truth is, that version of self-love is a quick fix fantasy. It's a treat you're told to earn after you've completely destroyed yourself. Real self-love is the opposite. It's not a reward. It's your first line of defense. It's a set of simple, daily, science-backed habits that build an unshakable foundation of inner peace. And in this video, I'm giving you the 5 most powerful ones that will fundamentally change how you handle stress. We're not talking about band-aids here. We're talking about building a deep, resilient foundation of inner calm. Think of it like building a house. You don't start with the decorative pillows. You start with the foundation. You pour the concrete, you build the frame. You make sure the whole thing is strong enough to handle a storm. These habits are your foundation. They're the daily actions that tell your nervous system, your mind, and your body that you are safe, worthy, and cared for. And this isn't just fluffy, feel-good advice. Research has shown time and again that self-compassion is critical for our resilience. It's directly linked to lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. So, this is about rewiring your brain and body to handle the pressures of modern life. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 practical tools you can start using today. Let's get into it. First up, learning to practice self-compassionate dialogue. This just means actively changing the way you talk to yourself inside your own head. These 5 habits will become your toolkit for lasting calm. For so many of us, our inner critic has the loudest microphone. It's that voice that's always on, saying, "You're not good enough. You messed that up again," or "Why can't you just get it together?" Sound familiar? Imagine having a sports coach who only ever screamed at you for every single mistake. You'd become a nervous wreck, unable to perform. That's what many of us do to ourselves all day long. And the science totally backs this up. The practice of self-compassion, pioneered by researcher Dr. Kristen Neff, is built on 3 ideas. Treat yourself with kindness. Recognize that being imperfect is part of being human, and hold your painful thoughts with a sense of balance. Studies show that practicing self-compassion can lower psychological distress and even reduce cortisol, our primary stress hormone. It's like firing that horrible coach and hiring one that says, "Okay, that was tough. Let's see what we learned." So, how do you actually do this? The first step is just awareness. Start noticing your self-talk without judging it. When you catch that inner critic starting its rant, just pause. The next step is to consciously reframe the thought. Don't fight it. Instead, respond to it with the kindness you'd offer a friend. So, if you make a mistake at work and your brain screams, "I'm such an idiot," just pause. Then reframe it. You could say, "That was tough, and I did my best. It's okay to make mistakes, everyone does. What can I learn from this?" This isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about swapping harsh criticism for gentle encouragement. Habit number 2 is one of the hardest, but most powerful acts of self-love. Setting and honoring your boundaries. A boundary is just a limit you set to protect your own well-being, your time, your energy, your emotions. Think of your personal energy like a bank account. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're making a withdrawal. If you're only ever making withdrawals and never making deposits for yourself, you're going to end up emotionally bankrupt. Learning to say no isn't selfish. It's a radical act of self-respect. It's you finally acknowledging that your energy is a finite, precious resource. When you constantly say yes to things that drain you, you're sending a message to yourself that your own needs don't matter. Research shows that people who can set healthy boundaries have much better protection against burnout and mental health struggles. It's about taking ownership of your well-being. So, where do you start? Begin small. Pick one area in your life where you feel constantly drained. Maybe it's that coworker who always asks for last-minute help, or a weekly social thing you absolutely dread. Your mission is to practice saying a polite but firm no. You don't need a 5-page excuse. A simple, "Thanks for thinking of me, but I can't make it," or "I don't have the capacity for that right now," is perfect. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel guilty. That's totally normal. But every time you honor a boundary, you cast a vote for your own self-worth. You teach others how to treat you, and more importantly, you teach yourself that you are worthy of protection. Habit 3 is the 5-minute mindful reset. This is all about intentionally hitting the pause button on the chaos and reconnecting with yourself. Stress loves it when we're on autopilot, rushing from one thing to the next, mind racing, completely disconnected from our bodies. In that state, our fight or flight response is running the show. A mindful reset is how you find the calm eye of that storm. It activates your rest and digest system, which tells your body it's safe to calm down and recover. Here's a simple way to do it. You don't need a special cushion or a silent monastery. You can do this at your desk, in your car, wherever. Just set a timer for 5 minutes. First, just notice your posture. Are you hunched over, tense? Gently adjust your body so you're a little more comfortable. Next, bring your awareness to your breath. Don't change it, just notice it. Feel the air coming in through your nose, filling your lungs, and then leaving your body. Your mind will wander. That's its job. Think of it like training a puppy. When the puppy runs off, you don't get angry at it. You just gently guide it back. This practice isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's about changing your relationship to them. You're learning to be the observer of your mind, not a victim of it. Habit number 4 is to prioritize restful recovery. And I mean more than just aiming for 8 hours of sleep. In our hustle culture, rest is seen as a weakness. We push ourselves to the absolute brink and then wonder why we feel so broken. Think of recovery like a balanced diet. You can't survive on just one food group. Sleep is the protein of your diet. It's absolutely essential. But you also need the vitamins and minerals that come from other kinds of rest to be truly healthy. So, how do we do this? First, yes, protect your sleep. Create a simple, calming bedtime routine. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Read a book. Listen to chill music. But let's think beyond sleep. What other kinds of rest do you need? There's mental rest. You could do a brain dump in a journal to get the noise out of your head. There's sensory rest. Take a break from noise and screens by sitting in silence or walking in a quiet park. There's also creative rest, which is about appreciating beauty without pressure. Go to an art gallery or listen to an album you love. And finally, there's social rest, spending time with people who fill you up and taking a break from the ones who drain you. Start by figuring out which type of rest you need most right now. Then, schedule just one 15-minute block of it into your week. Treat it like an important appointment. Our 5th and final habit is to schedule acts of self-respect. This is where we move from just hoping we'll feel better to taking intentional action that proves our worth to ourselves. While the other habits are about protecting your energy, this one is about actively building your self-esteem. Think of this like building a resume for your own self-worth. Each promise you keep to yourself, every small action you take for your own benefit, is another bullet point proving to yourself that you're capable, reliable, and worthy. Stress and low self-worth are best friends. When we feel worthless, we're way more vulnerable to life's challenges. It's the difference between saying, "I should eat healthier," and actually taking 30 minutes to prep a few good lunches for the week. It's about taking actions that align with the person you want to become. So here's your assignment. At the beginning of each week, schedule one small act of self-respect. Something your future self will thank you for. Maybe it's for your physical well-being, like scheduling 3 20-minute walks. Or for your financial well-being, like finally sitting down for 30 minutes to look at your budget. It could be for your mind, like setting aside an hour to work on that online course you bought. It could even be a life admin task you've been avoiding, like making that doctor's appointment. The key is to put it in your calendar. Treat it with the same seriousness as a meeting with your boss. When you follow through, you are sending a powerful message to your subconscious. I am worthy of my own time. I keep the promises I make to myself. This builds self-trust, and self-trust is the foundation of unshakable self-love. All right, that's it. 5 powerful, science-backed habits to build real, lasting self-love and kick stress to the curb. Let's do a quick recap. We've got self-compassionate dialogue, turning your inner critic into your inner coach. Setting boundaries, protecting your energy like the precious resource it is. The 5-minute mindful reset, hitting pause to calm your nervous system. Prioritizing restful recovery, getting the different kinds of rest you actually need. Scheduling acts of self-respect, proving your worth to yourself with action. Remember, this is a practice, not a performance. You don't have to master all of these overnight. Just start with the one that called out to you the most. Self-love isn't a finish line you cross. It's a practice you come back to day after day. It's built in these small, quiet moments where you choose yourself. I'd love to know, which of these habits are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments below. Your journey might be exactly what someone else needs to see today. And if you found this video helpful and want more ways to live a less stressful, more intentional life, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here and for investing in yourself today.